Bad Religion's True North album was released in 2012 on 1,000 copies of red vinyl and 500 copies of grey vinyl and 500 copies of clear vinyl, and also on CD format.
Ha 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 ha. Hello to you. My name is Chunkamorg, and I'm here with this week's view. This week's view, I'm viewing Bad Religion and their previous long player album, True North. As you can see here on the obverse of the cover, there's a rather kind of grey design on here with the hand pointing at the chap on the front, the chap whose body is made up from two different pictures, kind of montaged together to make a whole human. So at the top here we can see just a man with no top, and down here a man wearing a top and other clothes. It's making kind of a unique and individual image. So let's spin over the record to take a look at the reverse, and here we can see a picture of a character holding off his hat, lifting it up, and underneath the name of the album, the true name of the album being True North, yes? And so you have side A running at 17 minutes 24 seconds, 7 tracks. Side B running at 17 minutes also, which has 9 tracks. This is on Epitaph Records and was released in 2003. Now let's take a look inside the record cover to see what we can discover about this album. We have a printed inner sleeve, a fairly decent printed inner sleeve, and no insert, because in lieu of an insert we have the printed inner sleeve. Let's view. So here, Bad Religion, and the song listings, the credits, a picture of the band here, Epitaph Records once again, and the year of the record, 2013. It has been a while, hasn't it, since we last had a Bad Religion album. Let's hope that we have one soon, yes? So here again, the rest of the lyrics, the song words, perfect for your karaoke party. And now let's take a look inside to see what we can view inside the record sleeve, yes? Ah, here we have it. Here's the record as you'd admonish. I believe this might be the 180 gram version, meaning that it has a heavier weight to the record than you might typically get from a record release, yes? And here again, the track listings, a big sort of black blotch across the middle there. That's a kind of unique design, isn't it? This is a grey vinyl, meaning that it's a kind of mush between black and white. And as you can see here, oh, I have a hair. Oh dear. Okay, we have a mush. You can see the black here, the black speckles, which is the leftover from the black, where it wasn't quite mixed in properly to create the grey. Maybe that's how it was designed, though, to kind of give it a marbled effect. And on this side, again, the track listings on the side, it's asking to put your name here, which is a rather clever thing, if you ask me, because as you might recall back to the school days, it was always advisable to put your name in the tags of your clothes, so that if you lose them, you could find them again. Maybe from the floor on the school field, you could find it when coming in from lunchtime. You'd know which jumper was yours, or maybe if you went to the lost property amongst all of the different school trousers, if you'd lost your trousers at school, like happens, if you find your school trousers, you'd know which were yours. Now let's view the sound to see if we can find out what it's all about sonically. Oh, now that's a good sound. It's typically Bad Religion, and yet typically up to date. It really is an astonishing sound. I'm so pleased that I've had the opportunity to listen to this fantastic album. It's really bringing me to tears. It's bringing me through the stars, through the streams of life. It's taking me through the rivers of satisfaction, and it's giving me all levels of enjoyment. And now I'm going to turn it over. Oh, now that is an easy turn. It has an easy... Oh, this is strange. Now turning it from A to B is ever so strange. It's easy to turn from A to B, but it's a bit more difficult to turn it back from B to A. So as I turn it from B to A, oh, it's a little bit of a rub, but on an A to B swivel, it's easy. So what would I give this as its turn rating? How easy is it to turn? Well, from A to B, I'd give it a 1 out of 5 for ease. It's really easy, but on the way back, maybe a 3. So therefore, I give it a 2 for its turn rating. And now it's my turn. Now it's my turn to listen to side B, to check out the songs on that side, to see if they're any good. I bet they are, because Bad Religion are one of the most consistent bands around. And let's see if they're still consistent by the sound quality of their songs on side B. Let's give it a go now. Yes, that's very good, very diplomatic, yes. If I were to be arguing with a song merchant about which band was one of the most consistent over time, over the years, over the different ages of punk rock genre, I'd say that it was Bad Religion, or you can really bank on them. You can bank on their sound, you can bank on their quality over the years. And I could say we could do that now. Bad Religion from, let's pick some years, 1993 to 2001, consistent. From 1988 to 1995, consistent. And once again, my last turn from 1990 to 2008, consistent. They're a consistent band with a consistent sound, despite all of the different band changes over the years. People have left, people have joined. They had the very fantastic drummer Brooks Wackerdrum, who joined the band, and he was such a fantastic drummer. But he left recently. But on his level, as they say, on his level, they brought in a new drummer, although the new drummer, from what I've heard, is a consistent drummer. He's brought with him his own style, but again, it's very much a Bad Religion style, so the band still has barely changed. There's only maybe 3 original members of Bad Religion left nowadays of Bad Religion from when they started back in the 1980s, but they're still remarkably Bad Religion in their sound. Now, if I were to give this band and this record a rating, if I were to rate this record on its own merits, actually, not as a Bad Religion album, but if I were to rate it on its own merits, I would rate it a very decent, let me have a little ponder, 8. An 8 out of many. I listen to this record semi-frequently, not as much as I probably should. It's one of those albums that doesn't actually occur to me too much, but when it does occur to me, I think to myself, I'm going to put it on and I'm going to bloody listen to it until it's finished. Yes? There's nothing really on here worth skipping, although a colleague of mine that I was listening to it with one time at a listening party, upon listening to the song Dame Run the Bomb, he kind of cringed and said, "What the hell is this? Can you please skip it for me?" He wasn't too hot on that song, although I don't really have much of a problem with it. So in essence, and in conclusion, and in my priority of wonders, I'd recommend this album to you wholeheartedly. If you don't have it, you should probably go and listen to it. Nowadays you can listen to these things on the sound cloud of the internet, you can listen to it on the song cloud of the Spotify men. There's all sorts of different methods, and you should probably take it up on one or other. There's a few different versions of this on different vinyl colours. It's also available on the traditional CD version, CD, so maybe you could try that if you don't have a record player, yes? Okay, so I bid you farewell. Thank you very much for listening to me talking all about this very important album by the band Bad Religion. Yes? Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Thank you ever so much for watching my very good video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Very Good channel and come back next week for another very good video. A video to watch. Now, you It's a good video.